I got to a point where I was like, medicating, kind of having issues with that, kind of like, falling back into old habits, into old, behaviors. And I really got to a point, and I got, lost some really close people to me quickly, and was having trouble with all of my relationships, not just like at home, but like with my friends, with just myself, everything. And life got really weird and really hard all at one time. Like, I just want to do anything I want to do, like when I want to do it, and I feel like I can figure it out. And that works sometimes, but I found like when I broke my leg, and it was so bad, like it wasn't just like, oh, I broke my leg, like I can kind of heal in 8 weeks, I'll be back on, like, it was like I broke the crap out of it, and I needed like reconstructive surgery and like plates and screws and more surgery. That kind of took me into like a depression that really was hard to get out of. And then I realized at that point, like, I can't do all this stuff if everything isn't perfect and running exactly the way it's supposed to. One thing falls off the cart and like the whole thing gets ruined. It was like one of our friends died of cancer. My stepdad died of cancer. I broke my leg and I had to rehab that for a year. I quit stuntable pilots because it was just too much. It was too much. I felt bad about that. And then I was like, depressed, and I was like, drinking again, and then I was like doing all this stuff, and I was just like, dude, like, this is crazy. And all my relationships were struggling, like everything was struggling, and it was just really tough. And so there was like just enough things to kind of keep me wanting to go. But yeah, I mean, like you were saying earlier, I don't think it was burnt out from just like, man, like I just need a break. I was burnt out because I was just like, fuck the world. Like, not like I need a break, like honestly, like fuck all of you, like everybody and everything, and I don't like doing anything anymore. Like, nothing makes me happy. I don't like anyone. I even told one of my therapists at one point, I said, I just don't want to feel anything. I kind of envy sociopaths because they don't have to worry about ever feeling shit. I kind of want that. And she's like, you mean you don't want to be a human being? I was like, yep, that's what I want. Do you really want to know what I did on my birthday? Okay, so this is what I did. I laid in bed and I watched Iron Fist, the new Marvel TV show on Netflix. And so I watched like 4 hours of Iron Fist.
That's a big start.
And then my wife made me like a steak dinner. And
wait, you watch TV until dinner?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, I was just like, this is what I'm doing.
Oh my god.
And she's like, do you need anything? I'm like, nope, this is exactly what I want to do. I'm gonna sit here all day. And so then I ate dinner, and then they made me a really nice Darth Vader head cake. Amazing. It was fantastic. It was like one of the best cakes I've ever had. And then I ate some ice cream, like a bunch of ice cream, Chubby Hubby by Ben & Jerry's, as a matter of fact. And then I went back to my room and I watched another 2 hours of Kung Fu movies.
You know what's funny about that? You know why that's such a good birthday for Chester is because this dude like gets up at like 4 in the fucking morning and like works out and comes to work. It's like here, and then you're doing stuff with the kids and picking people up and making dinner for like 20 people. It's like you do so many things in a day. He doesn't sleep as much as I do. So, I mean, you sleep like 6 hours or 5 hours.
Oh, if I sleep for 6 hours, I wake up like, I slept too long.
So like that's part of it. But to like sit in bed and not do anything in a day is like really, that's kind of crazy that you did that.
It was rad.
Yeah.
Well, there's different levels of depression. I mean, for people, if you want to get like technical and clinical about it, there's different levels. Like you can feel depressing feelings, and it's like a moment, it's like you can be in a moment, but like clinical depression is something that you actually can't get out of, and you need to you need to see a doctor, you have to get medicated for it, you need to go to therapy. There's like things that you need to do in order to get out of it, or else you won't, and you're just in it. And it's like it literally, it's not like, oh man, like I kind of like that, I'm just bummed. It's like I don't want to do anything, and I don't feel like doing anything, and I don't like anything. Like there's no sunshine, you know. And so it's not like a burned out. It's like a giving. It's like walking over into the corner and going, I'm just gonna lay down here and just die. It's not like, you know, it's not even like I'm gonna kill myself. It's just like I'm just gonna go over here and I'm not gonna eat anything. I'm not gonna drink anything. I'm just gonna lay here. I'm not gonna talk to anybody. I'm just gonna do that until I die. That's what depression's like. And for me, I've always kind of dealt with that my whole life. You know, I've always had these kind of depressive side, and I think that's something I've never liked. But I've also never liked being anything. I don't like being I want to be happy, but when I'm in it, I try to get out of it. I don't like being sad. When I'm in it, I want to get out of it. I've never been comfortable just being. Like, and once I realized that, like, you know, I just want to be able to feel the full spectrum of life, all the good stuff and the bad stuff, and be okay with it.